So from temple and temple architecture as one form of the living physical structure, let's move to another aspect of physical structure which are living and inform us certain other dimensions of technology that ancient Indians have used. We'll talk about irrigation and water management. What you see here is a nice photograph, and I don't know what you are inferring from here. There seems to be, from a distance it looks like a bridge because water is flowing underneath and you see a very long set of things. You may be actually surprised to know that this is the oldest living dam in this world, and this is in Tamil Nadu. This dam is called Kallanai, and it is on the little outskirts, I would say, of this modern city of Tiruchirappalli in Tamil Nadu. This is the oldest living dam. Now actually just to step back a little bit before we come into the details of this dam, several studies in the past have clearly brought out the presence of a sophisticated water management system in Dholavira, an important city in the Sindhu Saraswati civilization. The city was surrounded by a series of 16 large reservoirs, 7 meter deep and 79 meter long, with some of them interconnected together, which nearly accounted for about 10% of the area of the city. It's as large as that. So even at that time, this notion, this technology of watershed management, you may call it, was practiced. Recently, a rectangular step well was found at Dholavira, which measured 73.4 meters long and 29.3 meters wide, fairly big, and 10 meters deep, making it 3 times bigger than the Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro. I think this was much later to all those Great Bath discovery and so on. A survey was conducted in an ancient Indian irrigation system at Sanchi and 4 other known Buddhist sites of Morel, Kurd, Sonari, Sadhara and Ander, all established between 300 and 200 BCE. So there were these irrigation systems found in all these places between 300 and 200 BCE. Heights of the dams ranged from 1 meter to 6 meters and their lengths from 80 to 1400 meters. 1400 meters is pretty large. 1.4 kilometers is what we are talking about. Emperor Chandragupta Maurya is reported to have constructed the Sudarshana Dam in Girnar, Junagadh in Gujarat. Mauryans had developed a sophisticated concept for rainwater harvesting and irrigation management known as the Agar-Pine system, which is still practiced in the regions of southern Bihar and Chota Nagpur. So all these point to this irrigation and water management systems and all those associated technology. The photo I showed you at the beginning of this video, that is in Tamil Nadu. So during the Sangam period, which is 300 BCE to 300 CE, in the southern parts of India, rainwater harvesting structures such as tanks were constructed for irrigating the paddy fields. Actually, there are some inscriptions in a place called Uttaramerur near Kanchipuram, and there are some beautiful descriptions of how a very well established mechanism of managing these tanks and the water distribution, a democratically elected mechanism, how the state interface with the society. Very nice details are available there also, which point to 4th century, 5th century CE. The Grand Anaikat, which is that photo I showed, the Kallanai Dam in Tamil Nadu, is the world's oldest still in use dam. It is also the 4th oldest dam in the world, which means the other 3 are no more. They are all not working. We don't know what happens to the others on this side also, but definitely Kallanai is used even today. It's called the Grand Anaikat. Okay? The Grand Anaikat was constructed by the Chola king Karikalan during the 1st century CE on river Kaveri. That's a photo you saw, that's on river Kaveri. to provide for irrigation in the Kaveri Delta region. And of course, in all this history of so many thousand years, nearly 2000 years, a few improvements would have definitely happened to strengthen it and so on. In 1804, the British raised the height of that Grand Anacut by about 27 inches. So this is really a living dam which is a proof of our technology of water conservation, irrigation, watershed management and so on. If you go to the western part of India, Gujarat, Rajasthan and those places, what you will find is one such example I am showing here, a very beautiful step well that you see in this photograph. And this is again a very unique structure which the ancient Indians were actually using for water management. Primarily, these water storage systems that were developed in India, they were primarily developed to cope up with seasonal fluctuations in water availability, because there are Rajasthan, for example, is very little rain. In any case, monsoon is there for a few months. So how do you actually do water management is an issue which have been well addressed even at that times. Step wells depict the finest architectures and integrate culture. That's the charm of the step well. In step well, you see the high point of architecture, and it is integrated with culture and religion and social life, all in a beautiful integrated setting, as is evident from the existing step wells that we see. These are commonly found in Western India, mainly Gujarat and Rajasthan, which is what I was saying, and other such arid regions of the Indian subcontinent extending into Pakistan. After all, Pakistan was part of India till 1947. So this technology would have seamlessly even be existing there also. The earliest archaeological evidence of wells provided with steps is of course found in Dholavira, which is this Sindhu Saraswati civilization. Mohenjo-daro's Great Bath also has steps in opposite direction, similar to what you see in a step well construction, which means these ideas are some 3,500 years old in this country. Ashokan inscriptions mention the construction of step wells along the major Indian roads at regular distances for the convenience of the travelers. There is this text called Aparajita Pracha, a canonical text on art and architecture from Gujarat. It has details on the construction and ornamentation of step wells, because the step wells are very ornamental. You should go and really see. In Gujarat, there are some beautiful step wells even today which are nice to see. So what we infer from these, we have developed good watershed management, irrigation, canal systems and so on. The South Indian format had a few things. The oldest surviving dam is there. On the western part, you have this beautiful artistic step wells, and of course you have the Ain and Pine system, Ahar and Pine system in Bihar and Chhattisgarh and so on. Again, it points to a pan-Indian understanding, and then of course we have this Mohenjo-daro Great Bath, etc. So there is a pan-Indian understanding of the technology of watershed management, which is evident from all these videos that we see. We'll now move to another aspect of technology in the next video.